Hello again, Pete Mac here, welcome to another video about guitars. Happy New Year to you. Look at this. What is it? Well, about spring last year, 2004 at the NAMM conference, Martin brought out this strange kind of D18. Strange, I say, it caused huge controversy on all the old men's social media, the guys like on the Martin talk shop things that they put on the media. There was uproar because you may think you're looking at something I always wanted but couldn't afford to get, which is a 1953 Martin, but actually this is a brand new guitar. Yes, it is a Martin guitar. Yes, it is brand new. How can that be? Well, the old meets the new. As I said, this turned up at Anaheim in the NAMM conference, and there was uproar. Why uproar? Well, let me tell you why. First of all, this is just a standard, if you like, D18 Martin guitar. Sounds remarkably like what? Standard D18, you would say. Sounds like one, but doesn't look like one. It has all the appointments of a normal D18. It's got the logo. It's got a mahogany neck, mahogany back and sides. You can see that, hopefully. It has the usual ebony fretboard, ebony bridge, black dots, black binding. If you know your D18s, you'll know this has got everything that you normally would see on a Martin D18. Sitka spruce top, mahogany back and sides, ebony bridge and fretboard. Okay, one thing missing, and that's the heavy gloss that they usually put on standard series Martin guitars. I recently had a D18 with the normal, if you like to call it normal, gloss covering. This one, less varnish, less nitroglycerin, less nitro finish rather. It's a satin finish, which just means less nitro. Okay, but the elephant in the room, there's something else different, as you can see. Yes, this does look like, to me, as you can see, I'm right next to it. This looks exactly like Kurt Cobain's 1953 guitar that he called Grandpa. Lots of wear on it. Now, coming back to those Martin forums and all the chat there's been for the last 6 to 9 months about this guitar. This is what's caused the controversy. Many of the fundamentalist Martin fans, the serious ones, don't like to see a guitar as archetypal, as classic as a standard series Martin. They don't like to see them messed about. Okay, you have my sympathies with that. But don't forget, you can just buy the normal one if you can get one, and carry on regardless. But it isn't the wear that people are objecting to. If it was a 1953 guitar, that's great. What people objected to was, this isn't worn at all. That is an illusion. In fact, I am delusional to think that it is worn. It is, in fact, a new concept. Not a print on. The concept of printing, I think, on all sorts of things has been going on for a very, very long time. But this new multi-function spray system that they've got allows them to put on, I think it was under the nitro. I think they were able to put the nitro on top of it. An exact graphical copy of the Kurt Cobain guitar of 53, which is just remarkable. I mean, it is a 3D illusion, but even showing it to you here, my brain doesn't see it as an illusion. It sees it as I say, something I'd always wanted was a 1953 D18. And no matter how much I look at it rather, and however near I get to it, I'm just seeing it as a 1953 guitar. It's so crazy. So yeah, the mind's a strange thing. And when it sees something, it all of a sudden, because it looks like a vintage guitar, it starts to sound like that. It's crazy. It sounds fantastic. There is a little bit of kind of what I call pewtering on the machine heads. They're usually nickel. In fact, I know they were nickel on the last D18 I was playing, and these are nickel, but a little bit of that kind of pewter, that aging effect on them. Obviously, the image of this gives it an aging effect. But just everything else is brand spanking new. It's remarkable to the point of being almost ridiculous. And it brings up the question, well, why were those guys mad? Well, I said, the forums went crazy because they don't like the idea. It's sacrilege to mess with an establishment such as the D18. Well, I don't agree with that. I saw this thing and I thought, wow. I'm never going to get a £20,000 or 15. You batted on £15,000 1953 Martin. That's not going to happen. But I can certainly fool myself into thinking I've got one now. Look at that. It is crazy. Anyway, I just thought I'd show everybody that. So, if you're prepared to be deluded, it actually comes in at £400 or £500, $400-500 less expensive than the standard D18 with the full gloss. To me, did it sound any different? That's a tricky one, because yes, they do sound different to me. They do sound slightly different. The gloss, full gloss D18 has just a little touch more depth of bass. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is a huge amount of bass in it. It's very subtle, a subtle amount. This is got a more open sound, I think. It's also, I mean, I've got a capo on now because I keep it tuned into detuning, and I wanted it to put it to normal tuning, so the capo does that for me. It is, without a doubt, the loudest Martin I've ever played, including jumbos. It is a very loud guitar. It's very open, slightly more open than the gloss D18. The differences are very subtle. Probably I wouldn't pass a blind test. I don't know if anybody else could, you know, somebody who's a professional of hearing these things. But to me, it's just another fantastic Martin guitar with, if you do like the idea of old guitars, certainly in your mind, then this is the guitar for you. Okay, it's gone on a bit long. Any questions, let me know. If you could subscribe, I'm trying to get any payments I get from any of these things go to a thing called Alzheimer's Society. As a dementia research group. So if you could subscribe, that would help, or hit the like button or something like that, anything you like. Water guitar. 1953, the year I was born. That's what I wanted. Okay, again, Happy New Year. Thanks for watching. And let me know what you think about this absolutely crazy top on a Martin D18. Cheers for now.